How you doing, everybody? My name is Dr. Sami Baya. Please welcome back to my YouTube channel. What does a narcissist feel when you stop chasing them? Spiritual devastation. When a narcissist realizes that you have stopped chasing them, the emotional and psychological toll can be profound, often leaving them in a state of confusion, anger, and spiritual devastation. In the narcissist's world, their sense of self-worth is intricately tied to the attention, admiration, and validation they receive from others. Therefore, when you disengage, it can be experienced as a significant blow to their ego and sense of identity. The first feeling that may arise is a sense of disbelief. Narcissists are typically accustomed to being the center of attention, and when someone who has been actively seeking their approval or affection suddenly withdraws, it can shake the very foundation of their self-image. This creates an immediate sense of confusion as they struggle to comprehend why someone would stop pursuing them, especially when they have been the one in control of the dynamic. This shift in behavior from you disrupts their carefully constructed world. They may begin to question their own attractiveness, charm, or worth, leading to a sense of spiritual emptiness. Narcissists derive their self-esteem from external sources, and when those sources dry up, they are often left facing an internal void they are ill-equipped to handle. The withdrawal of your attention is not merely a loss of admiration, but a threat to their entire self-concept. As the narcissist starts to feel the sting of rejection, the emotions may fluctuate between rage and despair. They may initially respond with anger, directing it at you for abandoning them. In their mind, they were the one who was supposed to hold all the power in the relationship, and your departure from that script feels like an act of rebellion or betrayal. This anger can manifest as verbal attacks, accusations, or even attempts to manipulate you into returning to the chase. In some cases, the narcissist may react with a more subtle form of emotional manipulation, trying to play on your guilt, insecurity, or sense of duty. They might attempt to gaslight you by questioning your feelings or making you feel that you owe them your attention. Their goal is not necessarily to restore a genuine connection, but to regain control over the situation and reassert their dominance. On a deeper, more existential level, the narcissist might feel a profound spiritual devastation. This is because for them, relationships are not about genuine connection or love, but rather about maintaining an image, feeding their ego, and securing validation. When you pull away, they are forced to confront the emptiness that lies beneath the facade they have built. This confrontation can feel like a crisis of self, one that challenges their very sense of purpose and identity. In this state of devastation, narcissists may attempt to fill the void with superficial distractions, such as seeking validation from others or indulging in material pursuits. However, these temporary fixes often do not bring the relief they crave. Their inner sense of emptiness remains, and they may spiral into further bouts of self-loathing or insecurity. This cycle of seeking validation, feeling empty, and attempting to fill the void with more external distractions is one of the defining patterns of narcissism. The narcissist's reaction to your withdrawal may also involve a period of reflection, although this reflection is often surface level and self-centered. Instead of contemplating their role in the dissolution of the relationship, they may only focus on how the loss of your attention impacts their own self-image. They may attempt to rationalize or justify their behavior, casting blame on you for being too sensitive or ungrateful. This inability to take responsibility for their actions further deepens their internal conflict. In some instances, narcissists may enter a phase of obsessive thoughts about you. They may revisit moments from the past, analyzing what went wrong, and pondering how they can regain your attention. This obsession often stems from a fear of being forgotten or replaced, which threatens their sense of significance. It is less about missing you as a person and more about fearing the loss of their source of validation. While it may seem like they have moved on or don't care, the narcissist's inability to process genuine emotions means that the wound remains. They may at times reach out to you in an attempt to reassert control, but their motives are rarely about repairing the relationship. Instead, they are motivated by the desire to restore their sense of superiority and maintain their fragile self-image. As time passes, the narcissist may encounter increasing difficulties in forming meaningful connections with others. Since their relationships are typically transactional, based on what they can extract from others, the absence of someone like you who once provided them with validation can leave them struggling to find someone else who can fill the same role. This leads to a continual cycle of chasing fleeting sources of affirmation and never truly finding lasting fulfillment. In some cases, the narcissist might try to portray themselves as unaffected by your absence. They may act as though your departure is not a big deal, using humor, deflection, or indifference to mask the pain they are secretly feeling. This is a defense mechanism, a way to shield themselves from the vulnerability of being emotionally exposed. They may not be willing to admit that your withdrawal has caused them any harm, as doing so would require them to confront their insecurities. Narcissists may also engage in a form of passive-aggressive behavior after you stop chasing them. This could include making disparaging remarks, spreading rumors, or subtly undermining you in social situations. By doing so, they hope to regain some sense of control over the narrative and punish you for abandoning them. This behavior is driven by their inability to process genuine emotions in a healthy way. Ultimately, the spiritual devastation narcissists feel when you stop chasing them stems from their deep-rooted fear of being insignificant, irrelevant, or unworthy. Their entire existence is often built on the need to feel superior, and when that foundation is threatened, they experience a profound crisis. In many ways, this is a reflection of their inner emptiness and inability to form authentic connections. They are left with a sense of spiritual desolation that they are unlikely to acknowledge, let alone address. This crisis, however, can serve as a turning point. While narcissists may never fully embrace the kind of self-reflection or personal growth needed to heal their wounds, the process of being abandoned by someone they once relied upon can create an opportunity for change. For some, this experience may lead them to seek out therapy or other forms of self-improvement. For others, it may simply deepen their reliance on external validation, further entrenching their patterns of narcissistic behavior. Regardless of the outcome, the experience of being abandoned by you leaves a lasting imprint on the narcissist. It forces them to confront the truth that they cannot control every aspect of their relationships or manipulate others into providing them with the validation they seek. It is a reminder that no amount of charm, power, or superficial connections can fill the deep void they carry within. For you, the act of disengaging from a narcissist is an act of self-preservation and empowerment. While the narcissist may feel the sting of your absence, the decision to stop chasing them is a step towards reclaiming your own emotional and spiritual well-being. It is a sign that you are no longer willing to feed their need for validation at the cost of your own sense of self. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so. Thank you.